Right now I am putting my correcting primer. It's a 4-in-1. I got it in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago. It is by Pur, Pur. I probably said that wrong, but hey, it's my first video. So now I'm just making sure that I get my primer everywhere, on my eyes, on my face, you know, chin to neck, to make sure that I blend it in correctly. Then I put my setting spray. Now I'm using my NYX, my HD correcting color stuff. I don't know what the hell that is, but yeah. So as you can see, I am blending in as much as I possibly can. I have a lot of discoloration in my face, so this helps me even it out basically. You guys are gonna see me do a lot of shimmy and dancing. I was listening to music at the time, so it looks a little funny, but my playlist was fire. Just know that. So now I'm gonna start putting on my foundation. I put a light base. Before I used to put a whole lot all over my face, but I only put it in specific areas, as you're about to see. I only put it towards the bottom of my chin, a little bit of my neck, a little bit under my eye. I use like a light brush to put it on, and then I use my blender big brush, as you guys will see in a couple minutes. I forgot to mention in the beginning, when I started putting on my foundation, the foundation that I use is by Clinique, even better. It basically balances out any discoloration that on my face that I have, and it's really, really light. I normally have oily skin, and as you can see, I'm using a big blending brush to blend in my foundation. Not all the way, but like, in specific areas. Once again, because of my oily skin, I don't want to put a whole lot of foundation. Something that is very, very crucial is blending in. You need to make sure that your eyeshadow, your foundation, your contour is hella blended in. If not, it's going to look stupid. As of right now, you can see I'm going to start to contour. Contouring is done with anything darker than your skin complexion. I only put a light. I don't put super much. And then, blend. Look at the wrist. Blend. You guys can start to see the difference. I also blend in towards the bottom of my jawline, and then whatever residue I have left, I don't like add a line like normal people do. I just use whatever's left because I don't want to have it super dark and have two different skin tones. I'm going to start to blend in my hairline. I don't put a lot because I have a lot of hair there, so I don't need for me to even darken that up. And I normally swoop my baby hair so it will look stupid and have residue. Then I do the bottom of my lip, only because it accentuates my lip a little bit more. And when it comes to my nose, I already have a small nose as it is, so I don't contour it too much. Just a simple little V and then the sides, and then I contour it onto my eyebrow just to give it a more defined look. This part is very crucial. Make sure you blend that in, because if you don't, it's gonna look real stupid. Sometimes I normally just use my fingers, as you can possibly see, leaning into the mirror to get like a better view, because I'm using my iPad as a mirror at the moment. Keep using my hands, you see, keep doing it until I feel like it's blended in enough. So right now I'm grabbing my concealer, which is by Juvia's Place. Love them, by the way. And then I use two different types of concealer, which is by ColourPop. The second one, it's a little bit lighter. It's not as, darker than the Juvia's Place one. And I put it, as you can see, right under where I contour to give it that little cut edge. My chin, between my eyebrows, under my eyes, a little bit in my nose. As you can see, it's very, very light, not too much. Once again, you make sure that it's blended hella into your skin, because if not, it's gonna look weird. When I put the concealer on my nose and I use my blender, I sometimes smudge in too much. So with the residue that's left on the brush that I used to contour earlier, I have to retouch up to make sure that my contour is still on there and that it's visible. Once again, touching up again. Right now, I am grabbing my eyebrow pencil, which is the Jeffree Star collection, the latest one he came out with. I will put some setting spray on the bristles area. What I'm doing right now is I'm pasting down my hairs on my eyebrows, and I'm doing this by using a bar soap. One of my friends put me on. Hey Linda, I miss you, girl. Basically, it saves money, and it lasts you a long period of time, and it's so easy. Right now I am retouching up my contour. I kind of took too much off when I put the concealer a little bit under it, so I'm using the residue that was left on the brush to retouch that up. So now I'm grabbing my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. That's what I use on my eyebrows. I use the ebony color, the darkest one, to make sure it matches my hair. So as you can see right now, I am starting with the underline to make sure I get the shape correctly and I don't mess up. Doing the same thing with the other side. Then I am basically starting to do the light bristles so I know where my eyebrow starts. So it can give me like that ombre look. As you can see, we're starting to get like a feel of what my eyebrows are going to look like. My eyebrows normally are typically what takes me the longest to do, only because I'm a perfectionist, or I try to be. So I need to make sure that they are even and then they both match. So right now I'm going to start to outline the top. Once I get that and I feel like the shape is okay, I start to fill in, as you're about to start seeing me do right now. As you can see, I'm filling in, I'm filling in. Y'all see those baby hairs though? Swoop. Right now I'm just filling in, darkening the eyebrow. As you can see right now I'm filling it. So then I'm going to start to move on. That was my coffee. I needed it. Sorry, I got a text message. I was feeling the song. I know I played too much. So now I'm going to start doing the top to the other side to make sure I get my shape. It's someone there. And then I do the same thing. I outline and then I color in the eyebrow. So right now I'm still filling in the other eyebrow. Fill it in some more. Then I'm going to take the other side and then brush out the eyebrow. I'm going to brush the other one once I stop playing, you know, and rapping. So sometimes when you brush your eyebrow out, you have to once again put more of the pomade to give you that dark ombre look. I needed a better view, so I had to go look inside my mirror because I was using my iPad as my mirror to record the video. So now I come back and then I start to pick up where I left off at, making sure the ends match, that they're symmetrical. I cannot emphasize how your eyebrows need to match each other. Here you go, brush out, brush out. The next thing is going to be concealer. When this is over and done with, sorry, have to make sure everything's perfect. So once again, I go grab my Juvia's Place concealer. I put some on my hand. Then I grab that light brush that I was using to put my foundation on. And I use it to shape the underline of my eyebrow. That's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm about to zoom out in a second so you guys can see. There you go. I'm going to put a little bit more. Since I'm going to put some glitter and some light colors on my eye palette, I need to make sure that I have like a primer / lighter concealer so you guys can see. And then I sometimes, as I put the concealer on my eyebrows, I take a little bit off of the pomade, so I have to reapply. So then now I'm going to blend it down, blend it in. Then I'm going to keep doing that. Then I'm going to start putting it on the eyelid once I'm happy with the way it's blended. And then sometimes I just get my blender and just blend it in a little bit more. Double checking. Once that's done, I'm going to move on to my other eyebrow and my other eye. I was trying to do this way so you guys can see, but I couldn't. So here we go. As you can see, the concealer is under my other eyebrow. Start to fill out the shape. I start to blend it down to make sure. Do some more fill-ins to make sure, once again, everything is okay and everything is even. This is actually extremely hard for me because normally I just lean into my mirror. But I had to use my iPad, my mirror, and my little personal Anastasia Beverly Hills mirror. So now you can see I am blending it down and adding extra. This is the point where I just get lazy and I just grab my blender, my beauty blender, and then just blend on the rest because I was like, I'm over it. Yep, you see? And I just keep blending it down. So coming up is that I'm going to start to put the concealer on top of my eyebrows to make sure that I get the shape. Normally what I use on top is my ColourPop, which is a darker concealer than the Juvia's Place. So I started to notice that my lips were a little bit crusty. So I decided to grab my lip scrub that I got in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago. It's really, really, really good. Like, exfoliates the crap out of it. So right now I'm placing the concealer on top of my eyebrows to make the shape a little bit more definite, to define a little bit more. I'm also placing it on the other eyebrow. That's what I'm doing right now. So then once I have that set, I'm going to grab that light brush. Once I stop wrapping, of course. And then I try to blend it in as much and to define my brow shape. As you can see, I'm starting to fill it. Once I'm set with that one, I start to move on to the second one. I'm happy with its shape. Then I start to work on that one as well. Once again, make sure that your eyebrows match. So once I'm happy with that, as you can see, my eyebrows are matching. So what I start to do next is that I actually use like a pencil, an eyebrow pencil by NYX, after the fact to redefine and shape it a little bit more so that I can get that curve and that pointy towards the end of my brows. Needed the mirror, so I had to look. So now I come back, I got my beauty blender, and then I blend it in at the top. So what I'm doing now, I'm blending, adding a little bit more concealer sometimes, and reblending. Now basically what I'm going to do is clean my ends of my eyebrows. There we go. In a couple seconds I grab my beauty blender one more time, and then I blend out the edges, well, the ends of my eyebrows. Was looking for my beauty blender. There we go, found it. There you see. Start to do the same with the other side. As you can see, I still have my lip scrub on. Alright, we got some action. It's by BoxyCharms, Hello Charmers. This palette is amazing. All the beautiful colors. I was hype. The 3 colors that I put into are the ones that I'm using. The first color that I put on is called Spoiler. I put it on the top of my lid, and I keep blending it in until I'm happy with the color. As you can start to see, it starts to get a little brown, tan, orange on both ends. I really couldn't see, so I start to bring out all types of mirrors. Blending is important. You need to learn how to blend the lid. That's how you get the cut creases, the shape, all that. So now I grab the second color, which is Cup of Joe. And then I put that towards the, I'm going to say, almost the bottom lid, but more like the midway lid. And I keep blending that in. You can start to notice. Then I grab the first brush that I had, and I blend the top in one more time. So then what I grabbed again was, I'll use the Unboxing, which is a 4th color. And then I put it on the creases of my eyes, so there can be a little bit more definition. And you keep blending. You can start to see like the light to dark difference on there. More coffee. I finally took off my lip scrub. As you can see, my lips look nice and cute and more pink. So I decided to start baking because I was going to take forever with my eyes. The baking that I use is by Sasha. It's the Buttercup Setting Powder. It's one of my favorite ones. I have other ones, but that's the main one that I use. I forgot to show it on there. I also bake my eyebrows, but I only do the beginning. I don't do the whole entire eyebrow, so it gives it that more ombre set. You can sort of kind of see it right there in that video. start to fill this on. So what I do is that I grab the glitter by NYX, because I'm going to put glitter on the lid. I grab like a smaller lid brush. I put some of the glitter primer on my hands, and then I also put it on my lid and start to put the shape that I want. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right now, and also wrapping. I have to be very careful because I don't want to get them on my eyelashes. Then it turns into a whole sticky situation. I'm starting to get happy with the shape. That was more of the glitter primer. I get really excited doing my makeup. So then now I'm going to grab the Swipe Up. That's the color. Oh. I start to feel myself. The color is so beautiful. Keep putting more and more to make sure that the color is vibrant. Got some on my eyelashes, so I gotta brush that out. So I decided to grab my Heat palette by Tarte. And then I grab a darker brown / burgundy. And then I put it at the ends and into the crease, so it looks more like an outline. You can start to see, there you go, right there. I also decided to grab some concealer. There you go, put it in the end so I could give it that sharp look, because I'm not putting an eyeliner for this look. So I am moving on to the other side. So the same thing that I did to the other side is what I'm doing to this side. Glitter primer. Now once again I decided to put a Swipe Up on the other lid. like to make sure that the shapes match up. I'm getting super excited with the look. So I keep doing until I fill out the whole entire eye. So now I'm just keep filling it in. I'm almost done. Once again, I got some in my eyelashes. Gotta brush that out. So then I grab my Heat palette once again by Tarte. I mix the two colors in, and then I go for the corner. Well, the end anyways. That's what I'm doing right now. Decided to put some more glitter in. I was texting. I'm telling you, this playlist was fire. And I keep blending in. You blend. Blend, blend. But then my sister walks in. And I kick her out. So you start to see this a little bit more browns. So I grab the big brush and I put a little bit more orange in there and I blend it in to mix it in all the way. You can see, you can tell the difference. Blend, blend. I can emphasize how blending is important. So what I did then is just grab a dark brown, cut and crease, until I'm happy with the look. Yes, I'm happy. So now I'm just taking off all the baking powder off. Taking it off, taking it off. So I decided to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Palette for the highlighter. The color that I use is Magic. Spray some of my setting spray on my highlighter brush. So I highlight the middle of my forehead. And I use my fingers once again to blend it in. I also highlight my chin. Then I highlight my cheekbones. Then the same, my other cheekbone. I put a little bit of the residue on my nose, just a little bit. I have a different highlighter brush for my nose and my lip. Making sure I'm okay with the highlight. Sorry, my iPad was dying, so I had to charge it. Once again, it's my first video. Don't judge me. More and more highlight. Then I grab my other brush, spray that, the setting spray. So right now I'll do my Cupid's bow, which is the line of my lip, my nose, the middle of my nose, highlight the corner of my eyes. People normally do the ends of the eyebrows. I don't like it. It's not my twist. But then I go back to my Cupid's bow. I put the lip liner on. I use almost like a chestnut brown. The one that I use is from MAC. It is called, I can't even see the name anymore. But then I use my NYX lip gloss. Love it. I use Butter Gloss. Then I redefine the lip line. So now I'm going to use my blush. I also got that in my BoxyCharm, by the way. That shit was amazing. I'm like, oh, look at that definition. I'm getting super excited because it's finally over. But I also forgot to color in my underline of my eyes to give it more of that dramatic smoky look. This is what I'm doing now. I put the dark brown on the waterline, and then I put like the burgundy brown towards the outer line. Once I'm done with that, I put my mascara. I have eyelash extensions, so I don't put mascara on the top, only at the bottom. And I keep doing it until I get the dramatic look that I'm looking for. Then I brush out my eyelashes. Then I'm about to grab my setting spray, which I also got in my BoxyCharm, by the way. Loving the look. Feeling myself.